The next video in this technical short series is going to be the difference between IRR and MOIC. So how we're going to go over this is one, what is the IRR and how do you pair it with the MOIC in private equity to actually go ahead and take meaning from these two variables. So the IRR is your internal rate of return. The definition of IRR is just going to be what is the discount rate that makes the net present value of the cash flows equal to zero. It's not a specific formula, and oftentimes it's used in Excel. You can use the Excel function to go ahead and calculate the IRR. It's actually an iteration that you can go ahead and get a discount rate to get an NPV of zero. So in plain English, the IRR is really just what is the rate of return, and it's compared in private equity to what's called a hurdle rate. So you have to assess it with a minimum rate of return that you need in private equity to go ahead and make an investment. Oftentimes that rate of return is 20%. So if your IRR clears the hurdle rate of 20%, it's oftentimes seen as potentially a viable investment. Now, your MOIC is your multiple on invested capital. That's just going to be a much more simple mathematical function where you go ahead and take your dollars received divided by your dollars invested. And that's typically going to give you a multiple of 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Typically in private equity, you're looking for at least a 3x MOIC. Now, the reason why you pair these together is because MOIC does not include time. There is no timing reflected in this function. So your MOIC can be great. It can be 6x, or you have a 6x multiple on your money invested, but that could be over 20, 30 years. So it doesn't really mean much to you, which is why you now have to introduce the IRR function to take into account the timing of all these cash flows. So as far as you're concerned, really the way to think about IRR in a model, a financial model, is going to be your money invested on day one, and then your cash inflows from years 1 through 5 of your PE investment. And also you might have to make specific capital investments into the business. That could go into your IRR as well, depending on how those were funded. And then ultimately, the other cash inflow you're going to receive is in year 5 when you sell the business. So if you take into account all those positives and negative cash flows, that's going to get you your IRR.